That's exactly right, Crystal. I've been keeping a close eye on Hurricane Erin, also keeping an eye on our heat wave, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But here is what we're currently seeing. You can see that mass of a storm finally starting to calm down a little bit. But you can see that mass amount of rotation just off the East Coast. Now, the good news is the worst of it is right here. So it's quite a ways from those East Coast cities, but still rip tides, other concerns with those winds, and those outer bands of rain have brought some significant rain. Right now, Category 2 storm, about 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts within the eye of that storm, but it's going to continue to move farther towards the northeast. It's moving actually pretty quickly, about 20 miles an hour. Now, that may not seem like a very fast-moving storm. For a hurricane of this size, that is quite rapid movement. Now, it made its way all the way across the Atlantic, made its way just north of many of these islands. This is where we saw that Category 5 status. But as it makes its way up the East Coast, now it's going to continue to push farther off those shores. Definitely a near miss for many of those East Coast communities. But the good news is, as it makes its way into those cooler North Atlantic waters, it's going to get cut off from the heat source that has made its way for that stronger storm. It's going to slowly calm down as it makes its way into the North Atlantic. Over the next few days, we expect it to become a Category 1, then a tropical storm later on in the next few days. Now, for us, we're on the other side of that coin. Now, we've got a big high pressure system sitting just down towards our southeast, and this high pressure is actually bringing us some high level winds at those top portions of the atmosphere from the south. Those southerly winds high up in the atmosphere bring us just baseline really warm air. It sinks down to the surface and then pushes towards the coast, warms it up even more. Plus, we've got lots of sunshine and gusty winds. It's definitely a hot forecast all across the central coast. Today, we've got up to 104 in Paso Robles, 89 in Santa Maria, 102 in San Ynez, 96 in the Coyama Valley, 103 in Shandon, in the upper 80s in Santa Barbara today. But here in San Luis Obispo, where our KSBY studios are located, we got up to 95 degrees. Now, that's important because that's a record. That smashed the old record of 92 degrees set back in 1997. Our average for this time of the year, just 80 degrees for your daytime high. Right now, it's still warmer than 80 degrees if you're out and about in San Luis Obispo. Now, we do have very dry air as well, which basically means no marine influence for tonight. Maybe a couple pockets near Lompoc later on this evening. That's going to clear out really quickly. Beautiful clear skies and warm temps are also on the way for tomorrow. It's a little bit gusty. Those winds have a slight offshore component, keeping it gusty at this point, but thankfully no major areas of winds along our south coast. So for the first day in a while, we don't have a sundowner wind event for our south coast. We do have a lot of other advisories. We do have an extreme heat warning for the interiors of both San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties through later on Saturday night. Through Friday night, we do have a heat advisory for our coastal valleys. Plus, with those winds and the very low humidity, means we also have a fire weather warning in place through Saturday, including areas around the Gifford fire. So keeping an eye on that. Tomorrow, though, 105 up in Paso Robles. Thankfully cooler in San Luis Obispo at 88, 82 in Santa Maria, 76 in Lompoc, and 91 tomorrow in Santa Barbara. It's going to be a hot one there. Now, over the next few days, we'll stay in those triple digits in the interiors, but slowly see cooling by our coastal regions. By early next week, that marine influence will be back by our coast. We'll be seeing cooler weather all the way through the end of next week. Also, thankfully, means we've got less of that fire weather danger through the extended forecast.